G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to DCS World with Mags, and welcome back aboard the UH-1H Iroquois, or as we all know her, the Huey. Now today we're going to be doing another user-created mission, with today's mission being created by theSithis, and this is Caen Dispatch. So the premise here is pretty straightforward. You're a SAR or Medivac pilot, depending on which way you want to look at it. Although the missions play out more like you're a civilian air ambulance pilot than anything military, but that's for obvious reasons. You know, you're not getting shot at for a start. Anyways, the way this works is, once you've fired up the helo, you jump onto your F10 communications menu and you request a mission. And what will happen is you'll be given a bearing for a potential pickup, an injured person that you have to collect. The bearing comes from the hospital, so from the landing zone and where it is, and you'll get a marker on the map as you see here. So now you have the location of the patient, you just take off and go and pick them up. Once you pick them up, you need to return to the hospital base, which is at the Bullseye, which on this particular map is actually based in the ruins of a castle in the middle of Caen. And that's where the beauty of this particular mission, at least in terms of replayability, for those that just want to fly the Huey around, comes into effect, because then you just jump back into the F10 menu and you request a new mission. There are 20 different mission tasks in total that are randomly selected every time you start a request inside of the F10 menu. So you can just keep pulling these out one after the other and you'll get a new mission every single time you request one. Now, obviously there's no combat in this particular mission, but the landing zones are generally in places where, well, it can be a little tight to get into, let's just say. Particularly if you happen to get missions inside of the city and in amongst the buildings. Sometimes you get a little bit of space, a little bit of a park area. Sometimes you've got to land at the end of a dead-end street that is barely wide enough to fit the rotor blades down. And that's where the fun of it is. This is just a mission for those who want to fly the Huey around without any real need to stress. You can just drop in, fire it up, and off you go. Now, this mission itself is obviously based on Normandy, and I am well aware that not many people have Normandy in comparison to most of the other maps, but the author also has a version of this on the Caucasus map where you are flying out of Batumi, doing exactly the same thing. So I'm going to put links to both this mission and links to the Batumi Dispatch mission in the video description down below if you'd like to try them. So they're down there right now. But anyways, I really love this idea. I'd love to see more of this in-flight simming. Here's the thing. Flight simming doesn't always have to be about combat, but it is extraordinarily nice to actually have a task to do regardless. This is something that I feel that, and I'm probably going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, because the basics of this mission are pretty straightforward, as you'll see, but it's something that I feel the flight sim community is missing a lot of, particularly in civilian flight sims. See, in military flight sims, you generally have a mission. You have a reason to take off, you have somebody to shoot down, you have a reason to come back home. So, unless you've deliberately made a free flight for your fighter, chances are you're going to achieve a goal or complete a task. When you look over in civilian flight sims, this regularly isn't the case. Now, to be clear, I am aware that there are mods that can add in exactly what I'm about to talk about. I exclude the mods. Just look at the base software titles themselves. Look at X-Plane or Flight Simulator 10, for example. These are fantastic simulations for civilian flight. Some of them have some incredibly detailed terrains, incredibly detailed versions of cities you can fly around. But there's no reason to fly other than the sake of flying. There's no task. Now, this is perfectly fine. Some days you just want to fly without actually having any reason to, and that should always be available. But wouldn't it be nice to see a campaign mode in there? I mean, essentially what I'm talking about is Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator for aircraft. Now, this was sort of tried once in a little game by Bohemia Interactive called Take on Helicopters, and the concept was good. The execution was kind of crap, to be perfectly honest. I have it, I've contemplated putting it on the channel and actually going through it mission by mission, what was good, what wasn't. There are some genuinely good ideas inside of this. I'm just having a little bit of trouble finding the smoke at this point. When you get close to the area, the person you're trying to pick up or the people with the person you're trying to pick up will pop smoke at the location you need to land, and there goes the smoke. But anyways, yeah, the game had some genuinely good ideas, but seemed a little bit afraid of stepping away from its armor roots and its milsim roots, and it was executed rather poorly. And the graphics, you know, based on the Arma 2 engine and not particularly well optimized version of that, it wasn't fantastic. Good concept, very poor execution. And then you look at games like Euro Truck Simulator, which, you know, in premise, it's driving a truck around Europe. It doesn't sound overly interesting, but once you add in career mode options, trying to save up enough money to buy new trucks and get access to new trucks, to expand your business, to be able to get more lucrative contracts, to be able to customize your vehicles, to be able to hire on AI drivers to drive your older trucks while you get access to bigger trucks so you can venture even further across the map, it suddenly becomes really engaging. And despite all the fantastic flight sim developers out there at the moment, we don't really have anything out of the box that's quite like it. Now, the landing zone here, for just pointing it out, this is actually a fairly open area to land in. This wasn't too difficult to line up and put down. There is much, much worse that you may potentially have to try and put a Huey down in. So at this point, we just have to hold on station until the patient is loaded in, and then we can take back off again and head back to the hospital area where we can drop them off. And there we go. En route to our hospital, that is actually just a collection of medical tents inside of the ruins of a massive castle, but it does make for a rather scenic area to land. But anyways, I've gone off on a bit of a tangent at this point, so I might as well finish it off. But missions like this are incredibly relaxing, they're incredibly fun, but they can't help but remind me that outside of these sort of custom missions in DCS or mods, we don't have the option of gameplay like this in the flight simulation market, at least not at this point. There is a game coming up that is probably going to add some in, although it doesn't involve helicopters. Although, with the right modifications, it does involve aircraft that are almost as good as helicopters. It's called Dead Stick Push Pilot Simulator. I'm trying to get a bit of information and perhaps some early access to it at this point in time. But it essentially looks like it's going to be the Euro Truck Simulator for bush pilots, which is fantastic. But anyways, this mission itself is fantastic as well. This is our landing site here. The ruins of, I can't even remember the name of the castle, to be perfectly honest, but you can see the medical tents lined up, and we just have to land anywhere in the dirt area near those tents to unload our passenger, and at that point we can just access the F10 communications menu and request a new mission, and the map will generate a new point for us to go to collect a new patient that needs to be moved, and we can fly off from that point. And we can do this, as I mentioned earlier, as many times as we feel like. This mission is actually really, really good for those, well, not only those who just like to have a relaxing fly in the Huey without having to worry about combat ops or anything along those lines, just to give you a reason to fly from point A to point B and have a bit of fun, but also for those that are trying to learn how to fly the Huey in the first place, to get comfortable with its flight, because you will be taking off and landing constantly, and you will be having to navigate for a mission that's not really designed to be a training tutorial for new Huey pilots. It actually serves as a really good mission for teaching new Huey pilots. And I really thoroughly recommend that anybody who has the Huey download this mission. If you do not have the Normandy map, as I mentioned at the start, the links for the standard Carcassus version, which flies out of Batumi, will be available in the video description down below as well, so you can download that one and just enjoy a relaxing afternoon of flight. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit more laid back than normal and I did get a little off track there, but thank you very much for watching all the way to the end anyways. As always, links to all my social media and everything else is in the video description down below. You know the deal, you know where it all is, along with the links for this mission and the Carcassus mission. And until next time, remember to click that like button if you did, share and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and as always, fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.